Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Johnny's Blogs. Today, the Kushmens Gallery does it again. They're bringing another art exhibit and this time, Camacho is the featured artist. So, you know what that means. Johnny's Blog is going to be live, on site, looking at his work and bringing you the experiences that you can go through when you come visit Chicopee Center. So let's go! So here we are in Chicopee Center and we're about to enter the Kushmens Gallery. I just had the opportunity to meet the artist on my way to the gallery, so that was really cool. So we're gonna go in and we're going to experience some of this beautiful artwork and let's get it.
Camacho, the featured artist, has been painting for 12 years. He explores the world around him and paints complexities of reality and perception. With a unique style, he transforms faces into artistic statements.
So here we are with Camacho at his exhibit, and what motivated this collection in particular?
Okay, well, a lot of my paintings, what I'm doing is I'm kind of exploring ideas that I have just about art in general, you know, about how it is that we perceive, because I think art is very related to how we perceive the world. So what I'm thinking about is how art relates to how we perceive the world. So that's kind of the thought behind a lot of my work, is exploring the dynamics of perception.
Using a style that resembles Picasso's Cubism and some element of pop art, Rob creates art pieces that reflect his thoughts.
I see your play with like a distortion in reality.
Yeah,
and
like perception over time.
Yes.
And like memory and how your memory distorts
yes.
your perception.
And the duality of those perceptions and those emotions when are reflected internally as opposed to externally.
I also think of painting as like related to linguistics, and so and those two paintings, I had taken three elements. So I had taken, there's a clock in that painting, a figure, and then the background. I took those as to be three distinct elements, and then I rendered each of those elements in a different way of rendering the figure. So in one it was like a kind of cubist broken up style, and another it was kind of a monochromatic like blue hue, and then the third style that I used was kind of like a more realistic or more like high fidelity type style. And so I took each of those elements and rendered each of them in one of those different ways, and then I swapped them out in the next painting.
Yeah.
So in the first one it was the figure is more rendered more realistically, but the clock is blue or something, and then the background is kind of, like we were saying, kind of chaotic,
yeah.
And kind of cubist. And then in the next painting, I swapped it to the figure is rendered in a more cubist or broken up style.
Yeah.
Self-portrait was one of the visitors' favorites.
One of my professors said, when you have nothing to paint, paint yourself. But I think it's an interesting way to explore some of the ideas that you have and think about what you're interested in expressing at that moment. And so sometimes they're kind of deconstructive, like this was kind of a deconstructive thing, and then sometimes it's almost, to me, it's like being playful, you know, even just having fun with some of the ways in which you are depicting something.
Yeah. The exhibit, entitled Language of Art, sparked deep conversations between the guests and served as an educational experience. Everyone was impressed and the exhibit received great reviews. Rob looks to continue exhibiting his work in New York City.
It's about what you bring to your perception too. Because, you know, a lot of us think, it's almost like we have this belief that we see the world for the way that it is, but each of us are seeing, it's true that there may be like a clock on the wall or something, but like each person is viewing that clock through their own biology. So if each of our biologies are even slightly different, then each of us is seeing a slightly different clock.
Yes.
If you think about it that way. And so that's kind of that's in my paintings as well, as the like actual aspect of individuality in perception. You know, how even something like a clock, when viewed by three people, is viewed three different ways.
Rob doesn't only paint, but he's planning to write a book on this theory, which influences his creative process and the audience's perception of his work.
I mean, my goal is to really step up my painting and put myself out there. I'm going to be trying to get into some juried art shows, and really my goal would be in the next few years to be represented by a gallery, to have a gallery that maybe in New York have some of my work. So that would be the ultimate goal. Yeah.
The Kushmens Gallery has brought a fresh air to Chicopee Center. New artists, new venues, and more options for entertainment. I spoke to Enrique, one of the curators, and this is what he had to say. What is one of the Kushmens Gallery's focus when looking to set up an exhibit?
Our focus when looking to set up an exhibit is to draw in the crowd of people that necessarily wouldn't think about art, purchasing, looking, or anything about art. We like our art space to portray to everyone. We would like everyone to come in here, artists or not, and feel welcome and at home.
And what specifically made you grabbed your attention about Rob's work?
Rob's work, I like his interpretation of his work, the way he sees things and breaks it down into kind of like a cubic matter. It reminds me of a Rubik's Cube, the cube that you had when you were young, and shifted it into colors. His work just really comes out and speaks to me in that kind of manner.
And what out of the current exhibit, what's one of your favorite pieces?
This piece right here is my favorite piece in our exhibit. It really speaks to me, the hues of pink and red overlaying the blues, the different hues of blues, gives it that warm and cool feeling. And I just really like it, the face and the texture and everything of it. I could see this being a piece in my living room.
The gallery is also running a food drive for the homeless in collaboration with United Way. Donations can be made directly at the shop. All right, so we have Jason, we have Jonathan, and they are both visitors here at the Kushmens Gallery, and they're looking, they've been here at Rob Camacho's exhibit. So Jason, tell us, what do you think of Rob Camacho's exhibit?
Dude, homeboy's got talent.
What does Rob's exhibit evoke in you?
It invokes a emotion that represents universally throughout our generation, I think. I love his use of acrylics. I love his use of the oils. He really does look like a Vincent van Gogh of our times, like this man said. I can't even do this seriously with him crawling in the background right now, and I really apologize. Oh my God.
What advice do you have for the up-and-coming artists in our community, the youth that is interested in art and they would like to embark in this journey as you have?
Yep.
What advice would you have for them?
I'd say it's really important to one thing you have to do, if you're really into something, you have to really get into it and work really hard at it, because you're not necessarily going to always be happy with what you produce, or it's not going to be exactly the way you had imagined or what you had imagined. But if you keep working at it, you will achieve, and you actually have sincere dedication to it, then you will achieve, you will be able to achieve something great, I think. And I think that's really important for people that are interested in doing art, and not to get discouraged when you make mistakes, because mistakes actually can be amazing.
His work reflects influences by Frida Kahlo and Van Gogh. evoking a Renaissance vibe. The gallery also plans to bring new artists to the region.
We have another event coming up soon. A local artist named Jazz7 is his artist name. He plans on coming down and converting the store into a full art installation. That'll be a very exciting show happening within the next month to 2 months. Keep an eye out for our page, KushmensGallery.com and Kushman Gallery on Facebook. For more information about that event coming up, it's going to be a very exciting one.
Yeah. That was an awesome art exhibit. I really had a lot of fun learning about Rob Camacho's work and seeing how beautiful he combines these different styles and how he plays with colors, and it all remains so harmonious. You need to definitely come and see his exhibit at the Kushmens Gallery. So make sure you subscribe to my channel, make sure that you follow me on social media, and thank you for watching my video. Till next time.
Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Instagram at IamJoyito.